My top 5 October lures for fall salmon here in Washington State. It all starts with the rod you're going to be using. It's the same stuff for everything. Talking bank fishing. Let's dive right into it. That is an 8.5 foot, 12 to 20 pound test rod with a 1500 size reel. It's a perfect outfit for all these deals. Now, number 5 we're going to start with salmon spoons. Now, this is based on my opinion and experience. None of these are bad by any means, but it's more what I have the most confidence in off the bank to catch fish. Spoons, I love using them for steelhead. They don't get used as much for me for fall salmon, so they are my number 5, but deadly effective. Something I also wanted to showcase was how I am rigging these spoons up to the main rod itself. I run a standard dual-lock snap swivel, and this just kind of makes everything easy. But with spoons, it's snapping on, and you can have this 1/3 ounce clear drift spoon. You can take that off and quickly change to a 1/2 ounce. I think this one's a P-line. And it's as easy as that to change colors, sizes. It all fishes well. And again, being very versatile makes a huge difference. Number 4, got to be a plug. These are Brad's Wigglers, your Wiggle Warts, your Lindy River Rockers. Casting plugs for fall salmon is one of the most deadly effective techniques, usually from a boat, but don't rule it out on the bank. I've caught a ton of fish doing this, so one of my favorite techniques, and that is number 4. Now we got our plugs laid out in front of us, and I kind of wanted to run through a quick rigging with the dual lock system. A lot of your plugs, whether they're the Wiggle Warts or the Brad's Wigglers, are going to have a line tie already built into the plug. It adds and allows for extra movement and getting the right action. But the dual lock in itself actually helps with that too. Sometimes they can be a little tricky because there's not a lot of clearance, but I think it's actually easier to get those snapped on. And then again, the color changing makes it really easy to do. That's one of my favorite clear water colors for coho casting plugs, and really deadly effective. And then just like this, I swapped a color out and I can grab the River Rocker plug with the split ring and showcase you the difference there. But as quick as that was, you're back to fishing, you change colors, and you can now be fishing another area of the run or the same run, different style plug. Now these top 3 for me are a challenge because I use them all the time interchangeably, and I'm really successful with all of them. So it was really tough for me to decide, but I would say my number 3 is got to be a twitching jig, right? Whether it's a hoochie skirt, one with feathers, or blades of any sort, you know, you got a lot of variants. Twitching jigs is one of my favorite techniques. I always have a rod with me rigged up for it. You can definitely get away with using that 8.5 foot. The Velocity does have a 7.5 foot rod, which I specifically run twitching jigs on, but I don't ever forget these on the river. Now the versatility of twitching jigs really becomes more apparent when you can use a dual lock rigging system like this, because you can go through a deeper part of a run and have a heavier head on. Maybe it's that one with a blade, and then you want to go ahead and change as you get to the tail out portion, and you can just quickly snap on a dart style, and you can effectively fish an entire run with a couple different sizes of jigs or profiles, whatever you may be doing, without having to tie a knot. And that effectively allows you to cover more water efficiently, and you're going to get more fish. Number 2 is got to be a Nite spoon. Staple in the Northwest and one of my favorite lures. I've caught more salmon off the shore growing up and learning how to do all this with the Nite spoon than anything else. So Nite is definitely my number 2 and a great way When you get a lot of fish that are pressured, these work super well. Banker boat, gotta have a Dick Nite. Rigging Dick Nites can be done a number of ways, whether it is off of a free drifting tangle free weight, you can do slinkies, but however you go about it, there is going to be some kind of a weight system. It could even have a dropper. And so having a dual lock from the main line, I really think benefits the bank angler or even a boat angler with this kind of system, because you're effectively able to quick change out pre-tied rigs and not have to really retie. This could also be changing weights. You could be changing different profiles based on the run, colors. You can do a lot of different things with just the dual lock and this system, especially with the Dick Nite. You can change leader lengths, you can change colors, or even one of those different sizes, and really make a difference to how efficient you can be from the shore. So my number one has got to be a spinner of some sort, whether it's a wicked lure that's unweighted and you add weight to the line, or you have yourself a weighted spinner, hoochie or regular. Spinners are by far my favorite off the shore lure for fall salmon. Coho love them, kings love them. You catch a ton of fish doing this. So these are by far my number one. And again, I'm basically running the same setup for everything. This is basically just an 8.5 foot salmon rod. I run everything with a dual lock snap. Makes for super. And as you see here in the last showing of our spinners, this rig for the dual lock really works in all favor for this setup, especially when running wicked lures. I love being able to have some different ones tied up like you see, and you have your inline sinkers in different weights. It allows for you to keep everything together and really be efficient for the runs you're fishing. You can change the different colors super fast and easy without having to retie. Or if you're one of those people that like to throw a weighted spinner itself, like one of these Blue Foxes, it's just a clip on and go. And they are so effective spinners wise in general. And here's one of our weighted hoochie ones that I make, and can be just really easy to try a different color, different part of the run, and you haven't even tied on another knot. So the efficiency and effectiveness is always there. I can change colors, I can fish everything I showed you, every rigging, really effectively, and there you have it. That is my top 5 for October salmon. If you want to see some salmon action, check this video right here. Fish on!